get it on the platter. Person picks it up, they get it like that. The long hots really kick up the flavor with the red onion. The fastest shuckers are people that have clam bars. So those that, chefs, executive chefs, we're not all shuckers. Most of us are not. We know how to shuck a few clams, but doing 250 for an event, you need a person who works at a clam bar regularly. All right, so we've got this leftover Caprese salad that nobody ate earlier. So what we're going to do with it is we're going to use this in a sandwich. Okay, so we've got this extra Broadway Joe's hoagie roll, beautiful hoagie roll, and what you can do then, folks, look at this here, Market 32 by Price Chopper, belly clams. One of the reasons why we do not see in our Capital District area, especially in the Schenectady area and Albany area, too often, we will not see things like Ipswich clams, belly clams, available at our fish markets on a weekly, daily basis, because there's not enough demand. Well, belly clams, I lived in the New England area in the 80s and 90s, and my parents had timeshares down in Cape Cod, so we were there, in the last 2 weeks of August every year, and we got to eat out at some great seafood places. And still, all year long in the New England area, you can go out for belly clams. But there is a place that we've shown you in our videos before that has fair-priced belly clams. I believe the platter's like $19, and that is the Offshore Pier Fish Market and Seafood Restaurant. And is that fried oysters right here?
Yes, it is.
And you've got the belly clams.
Yes.
The Ipswich. Man, oh man, too many choices. If you want to see more of these items stocked by Market 32 by Price Chopper, then more people are going to have to make sure that they buy them. So make sure you get out and patronize. Golub Corporation has been very good to Schenectady and the Capital District. So I support them, I patronize them. And I'm going to buy at least a half a pound and take these home and flash fry them. Do you have the Maine mahogany? Oh, right there, you already got them bagged. Perfect. We'll get a bag of our Maine mahogany clams here. So I'm going to show you how to enjoy this here. We'll get some catfish nuggets to throw in with these Ipswich clams. Okay, we've got some nice Broadway Joe's bread again. We're going to keep that to the side. We've got our catfish and our, look at that, beautiful catfish nuggets. And we've got our belly clams. The first thing you want to do is to start off by roasting these long hot peppers over the flame. You're going to put them in plastic wrap after they get nice and charred, and then you're going to scrape off all that outside black, and you'll have nice roasted hot peppers to go with our po' boy sandwiches. Got our oil heating up. We used this the other day for the pork belly chicharron, and it's still good. The oil is still good to use. And this is our first steps. Got our bread put away here. I want to show you what we're going to do. These clams from Market 32 by Price Chopper are fresh. We're going to get them into this roasting pan with some ice. But before we do that, we've got to bread up so I'm going to use this as my table. We've got to bread our Ipswich clams and our catfish. Love this stuff. They sell Golden Dip. McCormick makes this in 50-pound containers and sacks for commercial restaurants, family-owned restaurants if you want to buy this. This is Cajun seafood fried mix. We also got some Tony Satcheries over there. That's a famous spice I discovered down in Louisiana back in 2002. Met some folks down there, stayed at a bunch of bed and breakfast inns, and they introduced me to Tony Satchery's. And in fact, the folks down in New Orleans told me they put it on everything short of cornflakes. So, right into this batter here. Well, it's not a batter, it's a dry mix. Right into this dry mix. And when you buy the nuggets, you got to make sure you open them up, turn them over, make sure that all the little pieces are coated. I will also tell you the tip that we've showed you before with oysters. If you put any coated seafood into the refrigerator for a half hour or even more, the coating will actually adhere even better. And we are going to do that with here. I'm not going to just follow the 5-minute, let them sit at room temperature 5 minutes and then fry them. No, we don't want to do that. We want to get our pieces on here, shake off any excess, fry mix, and let them sit in the refrigerator. On the belly clams, they already got enough moisture in here. So the secret here is going to be to use that moisture and spread them out here and get them nice and coated. And that's why the fork comes in handy. Get them loose like that. These are the bellies. As you can see, and the more that you loosen them and separate them, the better off they're going to be in frying later. Then what you can do is move your fish up a little bit. Put that right there. And get a clean hand here. And add a little bit more dusting over the top. We've got pork tenderloin and some boneless chicken thighs. So those boneless chicken thighs, we could do them several different ways. We could rub them with some jerk seasoning. We could, I'll put this back here. Tony Satchery's, there's that spice. We could do a little lemon pepper on there. We could decide to season them anyway. So you could divide them into 3 and season them 3 different ways. Got our little Sicilian chili peppers here. We're going to make some Caprese salad. And I'm going to use the ends of the tomatoes for our catfish and belly clam po' boy. We got the fresh mozzarella to make a Caprese salad. And we've got some fresh oregano back here that we can garnish that with, as well as the Sicilian chili peppers. So, clam time. Got our clam knife if we want to have some clams on the half shell. The easiest way to do this is to take this bag, very heavy. Get that out of the way right into our trash bag over here. But before we do that, let's open up this bag. Take our Cutco kitchen shears. This sack was a little bit falling apart in the store, so the guy bagged it again for me. And you can see that right there. Use that netting and keep that right there. You can see beautiful freshly dug clams. Now, if you look at the tag in here, look at the price. $5.98. Okay, you can't go wrong, folks, for $5.98 for that amount of clams. And now we can put this into the garbage. And these clams, I do not believe they do feel cleaned already. Maybe they already run through the spa bath at Market32 by Price Chopper. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these down in here, and I'm going to add some more ice over the top because I want to do some of these raw on the half shell, opening up with a clam knife, and I want to do some of them steamed. Have you ever had flash fried basil for your Caprese salad, huh? Well, let's try it. We'll save part of this. Let that extra virgin olive oil heat up. Extra virgin olive oil doesn't have a high smoke point. All right. Let's get that basil out. Look at that. Drain that off. It's going to give some more umami flavor to our Caprese salad. And don't throw away that olive oil. You can actually add it right here. Okay, so get this tomato core. Makes it easier. Take the core right out of your tomatoes. Cutco knife, utility knife. What you want to do is take a little bit off the end, like such, and then you can make some nice, you have it flat so it's not rolling when you slice. Then you can make some nice slices for your Caprese salad. And these pieces here, we're going to use these for with our spinach for the filling with the red onion in our catfish and belly clam po' boys. I want to show you what you want to do here is take a little bit of good balsamic vinegar, put that right in the center, okay, and you make that map of whatever. Take a little bit of Frantoia olive oil and give that a nice drizzle there. Then here we have our fresh mozzarella. Okay, so to our fresh mozzarella, we're going to make some nice slices for our Caprese salad. Take your time. Now, you've got this beautiful fresh basil over here. Just take a few leaves off, put them on the end here, open them up, and I think that's enough. You've got the balsamic down below. Up top, some cracked black pepper. Caprese salad. And this piece right here is for us to enjoy. Before we get into any of that, I think I want to enjoy one of these clams. And when you let them on the ice and they relax like that, what you want to do is have some cloth in your hand. Take your clam, look for the body here, look for your blade side, get that right in there. Cut those abductor muscles when you cut through, and you've got your nice clam. And cut through here. I do it in a bowl. This way, I've got the clam in the half shell. I can loosen it up, cutting the other abductor muscles right there, and get a nice little yummy plump clam and eat that. Before we go take those catfish nuggets and our belly clams out the refrigerator, let's get this pepper, these long hot peppers, let's get them cleaned up here. Take them out of our wrap. All right. Love these. They're absolutely delicious. Grow these in season. Okay, you can leave the wrap down because what I'm first going to do is I'm going to take the glove and use the glove as my knife to try to remove as much char as possible. Do not do this under cold running water. Do not wash them. Okay, it's been over 30 minutes and our belly clams are looking good there, and our catfish nuggets. Now you can see how the breading is actually adhered to the seafood. Okay, so it's time to get our poor boy all ready to stuff and fill. And we're going to cut this sandwich after we fill it into 3 or 4 portions. Okay, so we're going to check the temperature on our oil, see what that's at. We can do that with our infrared. Okay, so while that oil is heating up and doing its thing, I'm going to put a dozen clams with some Sicilian sea salt and give them a little wash off, because I'm going to actually eat some of these with our catfish. And what I've chosen to do is I'm going to take the catfish, do half the sandwich with catfish and half with the belly clams. This way you can see both presentations, and we can try here in the studio both. And then we can put the rest of that breaded seafood back into the refrigerator and use it later tonight or tomorrow. See how that is adhered to the fish? Doesn't really need to be shaken off. Okay, so you want to fry your catfish first because obviously it's thicker and it's going to take longer. And you can use your Chinese wok paddle to keep them separate. You can see how that's coming out nice and golden. Now I believe that McCormick seasoning has enough sodium in it that we're not going to need to worry about adding any seasoning. We could take a piece of this fish out and test it and then season it if we want to add, but let's go low sodium here today, even if the fish is not as salty. There's a place in Massachusetts in Cape Cod that I like to go to. It's actually called Salty's Restaurant. I wonder how he got the name. Now I want to let that oil recover, but what I want to show you to do on these Ipswich, these baby belly clams, is to get them onto a plate loose. Why? Because you're going to add them all at once. You're not going to sit here and put one little piece in at a time. So when you get them onto a paper plate as such, it's going to be easier. And I'm shaking off any excess over here. It's going to be easier to get them into the whirl, sliding them in all at one time, letting them cook evenly, and not having your sticky tongs trying to fuss with one piece at a time. Alright, we got room in here for both clams and fish. I think we can do this. Now the easy way to make sure that you have 4 portions is to already slice your hoagie roll. And if you slice that ahead of time, then what you can do is evenly distribute some of the catfish. Look how flaky that is and delicious. And some of the belly clams in between each. Normally in the restaurant, you would just use your hands and get them on there quickly and close them right up. Sort of like this. Press them right in there. Get them in there. Close up the sandwich. Give it the crunch. Get it on the platter. Person picks it up. They got it like that. The long hots really kick up the flavor with the red onion. The fastest shuckers are people that have clam bars. So those that, chefs, executive chefs, we're not all shuckers. Most of us are not. We know how to shuck a few clams, but doing 250 for an event, you need a person who works at a clam bar regularly. All right, so we've got this leftover Caprese salad that nobody ate earlier, so what we're going to do with it is we're going to use this in a sandwich. Okay, so we've got this extra Broadway Joe's hoagie roll, beautiful hoagie roll, and what you can do then, you don't have to really use up all the Caprese salad, but look at all that good balsamic vinegar in there. These little Napoleons here, some of that fresh basil in here. So we're gonna fire roast some of these Sicilian chilies. All right, what I like to do is always snip these onto a paper towel, so this way you can remove any of the seeds. The seeds are the hotter part. So, there's one for her. There's one for me. There's 2 to wrap. And I'm gonna add some of these nice Sicilian dried chili peppers that I fire roasted to mine. Now here's the final test. Do I need the hunch or the crunch? Which one should it be? The fresh mozzarella. That's really good. With our wonderful day of enjoying belly clams this morning, not steamed clams, but clams on a half shell. I might steam a few clams, at least a dozen or half a dozen for myself. I know you don't want any. After the clams here have been in the refrigerator. Just make sure they're closed. The ones that you're gonna put into this pot. Well, I got 11, so we might as well add one more. What I find is steamed clams, even if you wash them, they still get a little bit of you can see a little bit of the dirt there from the inside if they haven't fully opened and expunged all the dirt. So as you're getting them out, putting them in this container here will allow me to give them a quick rinse, and if you see a piece of clam fall, put it right back in its shell. If they haven't been in that Market 32 by Price Chopper rain spa where they open up and take in some of the salted water and then spit out the dirt and continue to wash, these were actually in one of the ice containers. Okay, so we've got some butter here. There you have all the delicious stuff. You already got a small enough fork to, you can see that's nice and hot. Let that butter melt in there. Get some nice strong butter. Just let that continue to melt. Pour that over your clams. Add maybe a little bit of oregano. Some of these Sicilian fire roasted hot chilies. Or that regular crushed red pepper. And you have a yum yum for my dum dum. Clams. You can then fill those cups. I don't know. I want to use just a regular red crushed pepper. A little bit of dried Italian seasonings, has the oregano in them. You could squeeze a little lemon if you wanted to, or drizzle a little Frantoy extra virgin olive oil, but folks, there you go, the clams. Okay, so here we have day 2. The fresh whole belly clams that we breaded yesterday with Cajun McCormick Golden Dip, the catfish nuggets that we purchased fresh at Market 32 by Price Chopper, and these whole belly clams. I've got my late dad's homemade tartar sauce there with Hellmann's mayonnaise and some Caribbean salsa picante hot sauce, a little bit of crushed red pepper, and Italian seasonings. Look at that with the belly clam. Hear that crunch. Crispy on the outside, tender in the center. Taste of Schenectady and Beyond magazine. We hope you enjoyed this video from Taste of Schenectady and Beyond magazine. Our other magazine, Taste and Shop. Pick up a copy. The new issue is coming out soon. Visit our website, tasteandshop.com. Read our other magazine, 518 Pizzerias. You can read that both in print and online at 518pizzerias.com. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button for more tasty food adventures.